Welcome, I'm Steve. Thank you for visiting the Patio Heat channel, where we provide visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for ideal patio comfort. Check out our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Please tap that like button if you find this video useful, as it helps others find our channel. Now let's get heating. Alright, so here we have this residential application. So the residence is actually attached to this structure here. So this is kind of a standalone structure, but it's right up against the resident itself. And basically we have here a seating area here and then dining over here. I don't have all the exact dimensions of this space here, but let's just go ahead and see what I have here. And these are just guesstimate dimensions here, so these aren't exact, but we'll go ahead and just utilize this and see. This is kind of more of a how would it look type of thing. So 20 feet inside edge from here to here, and then 20 foot 15 foot 8 inches deep. And then I have a couple different heights here. The apex of the rooftop would be roughly 10.2, and then the bottom of these joists here, or rafters here, would be 9.7. Didn't put down the bottom here, but this is kind of what we're really looking at here anyways. So I have the top here at 8 and the bottom at 7. And primarily they were looking at placing a heater over here, and it could be more of this off this beam here, but there's some considerations. They want to use a Sunpak unit, the Sunpak unit TSH model, and the TSH model does require a certain amount of clearance, and that clearance changes as you change the angle of the heater. And then also, how far out will you really reach with one unit versus multiple units? So I kind of want to demonstrate that more than anything else. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and put on the unit suggestion that they're kind of looking at. Now, this position here, I have it very specifically positioned based on my own dimensions. So what I need to do is make sure that my clearance from this edge here on the top meets anything above the heater at 18 inches. So when you make a installation with the Sunpak heater 34,000 BTU or TSH, you need 8 inches behind, and then you need 8 inches above when you change this angle from pointed straight down to 30 degrees. So this is a 30-degree angle, and I need 18 inches down, because all the exhaust gases are flowing off of one side of the unit as opposed to both sides if it was pointed straight down. So it increases the clearance requirement. So I have to have 18 inches of clearance. Now I have a little bit of leeway on the right hand side here, but I just kind of centered it just so that it would kind of look a little bit more appealing, I guess. But you can see that it's actually below the beam, even with that and my beam here. So this is I think I have it as a 12-foot beam, or 12-inch beam rather. So in any case, that's what it would kind of look like. And then as far as the footprint of heat would look something like this. Now this is infrared heat. This is infrared light waves. You're not going to visually see the light wave as a human. It's invisible to human eyes. But this would be the coverage area here. Now obviously we want to heat up more of this chair. In fact, that's what the ultimate goal is here. So I'm going to just move this over here a few inches. Let's just say 12, and go ahead and do maybe 24 inches. And so if it's 24 inches offset, then it looks like we're going to go ahead and hit a good portion of this sofa over here. So that might work out. I'm not quite sure, but they were thinking of hitting the table over here as well. But you can see that unless I have it more in the center, it's not going to penetrate this area at all. All right, and let me just go ahead and look at this dimension now as far as the clearance. So if I move this unit 18 inches up, then I am physically okay still. So that would be my clearance, 18 inches above. And now this looks like a little bit of a gray area here, so you'd want to check with your inspector if you're going to have something like this installed. Some some may reject this idea here so much whatsoever. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to go back down, and that's why I kind of too also had the unit more centralized, so that wouldn't be an issue. All right, so that's their idea of placing a heater, and I'm going to go ahead and place a heater in an area that I would probably choose myself, just because I think that you get better coverage, more even amount of heat. And one thing let me just go back here real quick and just state this as well, is that, you know, if you're sitting here versus sitting over here, this is the farthest stretch that the ray actually travels, and as it travels through space, its intensities are divided by 4 every foot away that you go. So here isn't going to really be as hot as it is going to be here, and so you may or may not be comfortable at all over here. And obviously you can see half of this part of the sofa isn't even being hit, so your upper torso will be up here, and you won't even be in that ray. If you're not in the ray of light, then you're not going to appreciate that ray of light whatsoever. All right, so let me go ahead and turn that off again and turn my other suggestion on. Now this here is placed, now I don't know exactly what the rafter system is going to be like and what the spread is, but if it's roughly 4 feet long, you can either attach these brackets to the ceiling, angle the brackets, you know, so that it matches the same slope as the ceiling, and then possibly even attach it to here. If you're attaching it to here, you may have to cut off some of the bar stock there in order to get your clearances. And the clearance on this particular model is again a 34,000 or a TSH, but it's pointed straight to the ground. And because it's pointed straight to the ground from this top edge here to any combustibles, which would be the rafter itself, would be 14 inches of clearance above. And I have it placed in the center. You may want to offset it. I just did that for a visual concept here. And the footprint of heat you can see here is, I think, a decent amount of heat, and it's pretty much uniform throughout the whole space that you're looking at occupying. Again, you'd probably want to move this over slightly, and you know, there's 24 inches there, so maybe even 36 inches would get you a better coverage of this portion there. That might be just a little bit too much here, so let's just go back here and go maybe 30 inches. Okay. And now we're really capturing the seat quite well. Alright, well, if you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application, you would like us to review your plans, please send your information to designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve. Please tap that like button. We do not advertise, we do not monetize, therefore YouTube will not promote our channel unless we receive your appreciation. Thank you very much, and you have a great day.